What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more Pat Benatar. We're returning to In the Heat of the Night, 1979. And the next track is No You Don't, which, taken at face value, you'd be inclined to think it's a reply to a question. You know, do I do this? Does it seem like I'm this way? Like, no, you don't. This is, you know, I have a different opinion of that. But I think more often in a colloquial speech, it refers to a pointed rejection or stated opposition to whatever the other person might be up to or what they might be trying to accomplish or perform. It's like, no, you don't. Like, I'm not going to let you do that. I'm very openly and explicitly stating my objection to whatever you have in mind. So, again, maybe neither of those readings of the phrase is the way it'll be meant in the song, but yeah, those are the two ideas that went through my head, and if I had to be inclined to hypothesize one of them being more likely, I would say the second one, the idea of like essentially finger wagging, like, no you don't, I'm not going to let that happen. So let's see what it is in practice. This is Pat Benatar, the track is No You Don't, and it's from her 1979 album In the Heat of the Night. Okay, that's the hardest edged I've ever heard Pat, vocally especially. I mean, I talk a lot about some female singers that have some rasp, and I think I've mentioned it about Pat before, but this is like Bonnie Tyler level rasp, just the fire, the scratch in her voice here. It really effectively conveys her feeling, her mood, her attitude, and even guitar-wise. I mean, this is like right on the edge of what I would call hard rock. This is, this is not just like rock. This is like a real edgy, heavier sound of rock music. And I know, like when I started going through the deep dive of Pat Benatar, I think I mentioned like, I mainly knew her through Love is a Battlefield, and as it turns out, there's a couple others along the way. It's like, oh wait, like I know this song, I've heard this before, but like, Heartbreaker, that's a rockin' tune. This one it's harder than that. It's edgy, it's really wicked. And the guitar work, I mean, just in general, those, big chords, but especially the like solo section where it's very frenetic and it feels like it's, the tension is very high. So yeah, this is the hardest, heaviest tune I've heard from Pat, and her vocals are awesome. And yeah, as far as I can tell, it's close to the second meaning I thought of. They're like, no, you don't, I'm not going to let you do that. Which I feel like is the sentiment here, but the specific usage of the phrase, it's like possibility. And she's saying like, no, you don't have to be so cruel and so cold. You don't have to run around town and play these reckless games. You don't have to just think you have me controlled. You don't have to be the way that you are. So she's basically saying like, this is on you. You're making a choice to drive me to this point where I've got my own plans. I've got my own understanding of what I'm doing and where I'm going. So it's the kind of tune that feels like she's right on the edge of wreaking her revenge, or from, walking away for good, and she wants him to know why she's doing it, because he has continually made this choice that he's going to go hang around with these clowns and fool around on her and essentially take her for granted and treat her coldly and cruelly, and she's just had enough. She's gotten to the point where she's lashing out, seemingly like right on the edge of taking action on this. It's like a declaration for what's about to happen. But yeah, she really hits it powerfully, and I feel the emotion in her vocal delivery specifically. So an absolutely awesome tune from her. There's one more on this album, and then, as I think I mentioned, I have it's like a double album. It's this album and then Crimes of Passion. So there's one more from this album, which is So Sincere, which I don't think I've reacted to, but I have to be careful because I did go through that like greatest hits compilation. So I'll have to check, but I don't think I've done that one yet. Nevertheless, after that, we will be jumping to Crimes of Passion, which is 1980. So let me know what you think of this. Luca was impressed too, despite her relatively tranquil demeanor, and I will see you next time. Peace.